We are soon, we're about to switch the name from LivingMucusFree to Enlight.Life. And I don't know if anybody has seen our magazine. I'm just grabbing it. Super proud of our publication. This is actually number 2. I don't know where the first edition is, but we have a magazine. Well, it's more than a magazine. It's a proper publication. It's a semi book of 122 pages. Oh, thank you. Here is the first edition of Enlight.Life, and the second edition of Enlight.Life. First one was still relatively small, but not too bad, maybe like 80 pages of, if I have to say so myself, incredible, powerful content. And the second edition, 122 pages. And we're coming out every 3 months. And this is only really for the members of our mastermind. So let me tell you a little bit about the changes and why, and where we're going. So I kind of felt 2 years ago that I had outgrown LivingMucusFree. And not because LivingMucusFree and everything that I've been teaching, the fasting and so forth, not because it is no longer applicable or valid or right. It is still, it's still the way that I've healed myself. And I always say, now, in hindsight, knowing what I know now and the way that I work now, it is different. I did it all the hard way. And I'm glad I did it the hard way because I have learned, it's what got me here. But in the meantime, there are a lot of easier ways. And I have posted about this. I haven't spoken to you about it, but I have posted about it. I've written about it. And so many of you will have seen. Sound is going when I'm moving. Oh gosh, what's happening? Why would there be no sound? How's this? Because I'm actually balancing my phone on, but that shouldn't be an issue. Gary, is there an issue? Asking my beloved technician husband. Okay, he's getting, let's see, you can hear me? Can you hear me now? Because I want to see, is the problem that, but I don't think so, because I did a live the other day. No, I can't plug it in. Okay, sound is okay. Okay, maybe there was just a momentary Bali glitch. In essence, like I said, it's not that what I've been teaching so far is no longer applicable. It is. But in the meantime, I have found a lot of easier, faster, more effective ways of getting results. And also, the reality is that fasting and high fruit and all of that, it is not for everybody. And as much as still fasting is an incredible, powerful tool, not everybody can take 3-4 years out of their life and just focus on that. So I had to, for many different reasons, come up with more effective ways of helping people. And, ultimately, I realized for myself that I'm not married to fasting. I'm not married to any system in particular. I'm not married to dogma. The only thing that I am married to is helping people get well. And not just get well, because ultimately, that's just a small part of it. The physical wellness is a small part, relatively big part, but still a small part compared to, what are we here to do and what is my passion? My passion is bringing people into the ecstasy of life. And why is it my passion? Well, probably because for many, many years I did not, and off and on, have not also also, because I'm human, lived in the ecstasy of my life. But, and this now may sound a little bit corny or cheesy or, to some of you, but the way that I glorify the divine, God, whatever you want to call it, is through living in my ecstasy. And that's just my personal belief and creed. And so I believe when I'm in my ecstasy, when I'm in my delight, in my deepest gratitude, in my joy, in my creativity, well, then I am truly giving thanks to this life. And knowing what that feels like and what it looks like, well, that's all the proof that I need for me, and it's all the motivation that I need to go out there and help others reach the same state. So that to me is really the definition of true health and wellness, is, are we living in the ecstasy of life, of God, of existence? And and this may sound a little bit esoteric, and that's fine, take it or leave it, but fundamentally what this has helped me is to really see, well, how can I efficiently support people in reclaiming their health on all levels? So long story short, some of my methodologies have changed. I am using a lot of different high-tech, sciencey products, still all natural, health promoting, health conducive, but really stepping away from dogma. And so we're going to be changing the name from LivingMucusFree to Enlight.Life. So it's no longer going to be LivingMucusFree, but Enlight.Life cellular detoxification, just so that you know when the change is coming, like what happened. And I'm going to be posting my basic protocol, and my basic protocol really is the 21-day deep cellular autophagy. And the reason why I now start everybody with that is because it's the fastest way of truly getting results. And again, ultimately for me, especially the journey of the last 2 years has been about, let's just get the job of healing the physical body done so that we can live our full purpose with joy and gratitude and ease. And we all know life is hard enough. We don't need to make it harder by sticking to dogmas that are not necessarily serving who we are here to be. So for me, it's been all about efficiency. How can I help more effectively? So in short, the 21-day is the fastest way to get you to have profound results, no matter what your starting point is, and to go, okay, well, now I know what I need to work on. Now I know where my weaknesses are. And it helps on all levels: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. It's quite a profound journey. And of course, those of you that have done the journey with me, you know what the results are. And also then, of course, the 21 days is just a starting point. So from the 21 day, I've created the mastermind, Platinum Mastermind, which so far we've kept, and I'll post the link here, we've kept at the launch price. I mean, the early adopters, and some of you have seen it and some of you haven't, and that's okay. We've done a mailer. Early adopters price was super low. Full price is going to be up, I think, in 3 or 4 days, or up in action. So you still have, especially as members of this group, you still have the chance to sign up at 50% off, I think, for another 3-4 days. Gary's doing a mailer. So those of you that are on our mailing system, you're going to receive the email. Otherwise, I'm going to post the link here. So if you want to join my new mastermind, where you have access to all my protocols, you have access to all the incredible experts, truly world experts that I have gathered in the last several years. David Fastigi is in the mastermind and supporting you, and he's always going to be one of my favorite mentors and most impactful mentors, and I'm so proud to have him in my group. And we have Claudia, our trainer, sharing her training tips, how to get fit. We have another Claudia Root, who speaks about, teaches you about trauma, ancestral trauma, how to undo and even spot your trauma and understand where the trauma is linked, how it is linked to your dis-ease. Okay, bye, David. Who else do we have? We have an amazing doctor, a doctor that specializes in neurology, but who has had her own journey with natural integrative health and stem cell therapy specifically. So she shares her wisdom there. And essentially all the people that are part of the mastermind that are sharing their expertise and wisdom, they're all people that have walked their own journey. Those are the kind of people that I like to work with, and not just walk their own journey, but really, gone deep and, if you will, extreme, have had their extreme journey. And that's where, again, no better person than David to tell you the depth of journey that he has undergone. But ultimately, when we, to me, the sign of true mastery, health mastery, is when we can step out of any dogma and really come to what I call the golden path. And the golden path is one you need to craft it through learning from different experts and the teachings and difficulties and lessons that the experts have undergone. And you take from them, and then you have to make it your own. And of course, initially there's certain things that we need to do. Hi, Amy. There's a lot of things that we need to honor and kind of stick to for a while. But eventually we want to come out the other side. We have to come out the other side and go, okay, now that I've healed my body, I'm going to take what I've learned and what sticks, and I'm going to make it my own. Because if you still follow dogma, you're never going to be free. And I happen to believe that true health, true radiance, true vitality is only possible when your whole system is completely relaxed, at ease, and in creative joy, because that is ultimately what we're here to do. Which is why I always combine health programs, health protocols with, yes, the best products that are out there. That's my gift, and I'm constantly researching. Just as when I was a fashion buyer, I was always looking at, the best kind of most unique fashion items. And now that I don't give a damn about fashion anymore, and now it's all about, okay, well, whatever, the fashion, who cares about fashion? Because if you're not healthy, then you can have the most beautiful clothes on, but without the health, it means nothing. So, my focus really shifted through my own journey to how do we get the best health into the best health possible. And health meaning on all levels, respecting our heritage, our lineage, our lineage, trauma, same thing. Respecting everything that we come from, as well as where we are going, meaning what are we here to do in this world? Who are we here, rather than do, who are we here to be in this world? And that when we can be who we are here to be truly in full authenticity, that is where our true health comes from. So the mastermind encompasses all of that. It's the health protocols, the latest health protocols, including peptide therapy that I've been speaking about a lot. and how to, take yourself step by step. And as you know, it's going to take time. It's not there's no quick fix, but also really focusing on how do we undo the trauma, how do we step into the reclamation. And for most of us, it's not even a reclamation, but it's a for the first time, truly liberating ourselves on all levels, from all dogma, from all, dare I say, spiritual mumbo jumbo that is out there, and self-development mumbo jumbo, and go, well, who am I here to be? And what is stopping me for real? And then let's address that. Let's work through that. Let's get help by honestly sharing where we're at, so that we can overcome and then be fully liberated, because we need more liberated people. So ultimately, what am I here to do? I'm here to liberate on all levels. And that's what the mastermind is about. What else? Okay, then we have within the mastermind, just as there is the 21-day, we're launching a 60-day with our trainer that's going to be fully focused on how do you get strong and fit on a plant-based diet. And, it took us 8 years to gather the full proof. So it's not like we woke up yesterday and went, yeah, let's just create, this program. No, we've waited 8 years. Already 2 years ago, it was like, should we launch this program? It's like, no, we're not quite there yet. So 8 years of true trial and error and proof, and gathering proof by within our nonprofit organization in South Africa, training others, taking others through the program, tweaking, improving, and then going, okay, yeah, no, this isn't just, a fly-by-night sensation. This method, it works. And it works for everybody that resonates with it, that is called to it, and that wants to be healthy and strong plant-based. So there'll be a 60-day, there'll be a 90-day program, and up to a whole, my latest program that I'm kind of almost putting the ribbon on, almost done with, is my 1-year total regeneration and rejuvenation protocol. Kind of like, again, the most luxurious and efficient way of doing things on all levels, including peptide therapy, including age reversal programs. And of course, when I talk about anti-aging or age reversal, it's not that we are anti-aging, we are pro-aging naturally and all of that, but the reality is that a lot of the aging that we have come to accept as normal and natural isn't. It's a sign of dis-ease and degeneration, and that can be undone thanks to enzyme therapy, thanks to peptide therapy, and where, in my experience, fasting alone is not going to do it. Fasting is miraculous. It can, really help with a lot of things, but there's limitations, right? There's limitations everywhere. And so how can we break through those limitations? And I always come back to, not everybody can take 2, 3, 4 years out of their lives to, dive deep into fasting. And then last but not least, we have this year our first retreat after 3 years of, not running retreats. And I'm super excited about it. And where, as this retreat was kind of coming together in my mind, I was like, I no longer want to do a 7-day retreat. My longest so far was 12 days. But even 12 days, like, sure, yeah, we can cover a lot of ground in 12 days. But I was clear, my desire is I want to give profound, total transformation to people. And so I came up with the 21-day total transformation, where we're going to be going deep into fasting and regeneration. I would say effective, efficient fasting, because you can fast, but are you fasting efficiently, or not? Are you fasting to boost your ego and go, oh, I fasted so and so many days? Or are you fasting so that you can actually achieve results on a cellular level, and then move on, because we're not meant to be fasting all the time. So efficient fasting and learning how to, like, what are the elements for total cellular regeneration, and then ultimately what are the elements on a mental, emotional, and spiritual level. How do we work through and alchemize through the blockages? Because, you know, in my own experience, fasting is easy, detoxing is easy. I mean, sure, it's got its challenges, but at the end of the day, that's the easy part. The hard part is always the emotional part, meaning integrating the lessons that come out and through the fasting process, through the detoxification process, integrating all of that, and then becoming who we are here to be, so that we can shine forth in full radiance and vitality and life force. That is a whole different story, right? And that was my experience, and it continues to be my experience. I continue to experience my own, I wouldn't say so much limitations, yes, but my own blockages from my lineage, where if I'm not in constant awareness, they can so easily swallow me up again. And so that's why the 21 day, and it's not a retreat actually, even though there's a lot of fun to be had, and you know, there's definitely a lot of rest and all of that, but it's 21 days to come together for profound shifts and breaking of pattern, and rewiring and really rewriting our story, but from an embodied, not just from a spiritual kind of disembodied experience, and then we go home and we're stuck in the same patterns. Like, no, 21 days of living, truly living day in, day out, your truth, your blockages, so that you can burst through them, come through the other side. So all of that is, I'm going to post the links, and yeah, if you're interested in anything, if you want more explanation, in about, I think maybe another max 3 weeks, the new website Enlight.Life is going to be out. So it's been a real, from conception to birthing, it's always amazing how long things take, especially when you just allow life to take its course instead of pushing, but you just allow the birthing to happen. And it's been, as always, nothing short of miraculous, and the teachings are always the same, allowing life, our own life force, to guide the process, and to allow ourselves to go at the pace of love. So that's been the lesson of the last two years, and I'm excited for this new journey of Enlight.Life, because I know that I'm here to guide way more people than I already have. And again, it's not because I want to share any kind of dogma, but actually I want to liberate us from dogma, and deliver us into the intelligence of our own body, of our own soul, and allow the very life force that brought you onto this planet, that made you, that needed you to be here, to express itself, because I feel we need more of that. And at the same time, when we tap into that, everything in our life changes, and not just for us, but for our children. That's when we're able to truly leave a legacy of light, not because we're enlightened, but because we enlighten our life. Kind of different. So yeah, if you have any questions, you can type them in, or tag me in the post, and I'm going to be posting the links. And yeah, I think that's kind of all that I wanted to share today. I know many of you are here in this group, and for your own reasons of healing, and the words, sort of what I want to leave with you is that, I feel, and I can empathize because I was there too, but we can stay stuck in our diagnosis, in our health niggles, and go, oh well, it's just this, oh well, it's just that, it's nothing serious, and for one, naming one, which is so common, is constipation. So often when I read people's kind of reaching out and going, okay, I'm struggling with XYZ and I'm also constipated, and I go, well, or they go, oh, but it's just a bit of constipation. Well, even just constipation is huge, and basically anything, whether it's regular migraines, constipation, allergies, whatever, indigestion, whatever it is. So even those minor things, they're not minor. Not only are they not minor because they're the precursor of more to come, and this is not fear-mongering, this is simply, these are facts. But it's not even about the fearing the disease. It's more, my concern is more, when we're not living in true physical freedom, we cannot be in full expression either. And yeah, and I guess that's kind of like my pet peeve, is we need to be here fully expressed in our creative geniuses. So before I talk more fluff, I'll sign off, and I'll leave you the links. And if you have any questions, you're welcome to tag me, and I'm happy to answer. And I'm sending you all my love. Bye, everyone.